my husband, Ken, and I built our family home together when we got married. It was the biggest thing I've ever bought. We decided to enjoy our new home together. But I've already thrown away all your things. I never expected our home to be taken away like this. Ken and I got married 3 years ago and built our house right after. We've been paying off the mortgage ever since. I remember the smell of the new house and the sight of my sweet husband. The big living room, with sunlight coming through the windows, was everything we dreamed of. Since we built the house, Ken listened to my ideas, especially about the kitchen and window placements. On Sundays, around 2 p.m., the sunlight comes in perfectly, and Ken and I relax, maybe even nap. I love brewing coffee with delicious beans, filling the house with a warm, comforting smell. These simple moments are my happy place. But honestly, it took a lot of effort to make this happen. I'm really glad I've been working hard. When we got approved for the mortgage, I felt proud of my hard work, and Ken did too. However, about a month after we moved into our new house, my mother-in-law, Pam, who lived alone, called me. "You and Ken built a house, right? Now that it's done, I'd like to move in with you. If I stay in my old house, I'll get sick." Pam is single and lives on welfare. We weren't very close, so I wasn't happy about her wanting to live with us so soon after our marriage. Ken said, "I know Anna, and I can see how having my mother live with us could be hard. I'll tell her no." "Okay, thank you," I replied. Ken understood how I felt, so he told Pam she couldn't move in with us. Then, 2 years later, when we had our first baby, Pam thought it was a good time to ask again. "Isn't it hard to take care of the baby and do house chores by yourself? If I move in, I can help with both. Please let me live with you." It was true that caring for the baby and doing housework was tough, and I could use the help. I was also planning to go back to work, so it would be nice to have more help. "Well, what do you think?" Ken asked. "I think it might be helpful to have someone around," I said. "Well, if Pam promises to help, then..." Pam was really happy when I agreed, and she moved in, saying she'd help with the baby and chores. For the first week, Pam kept her word. She did the laundry, helped with the baby, and took care of the house. I was surprised and even felt bad for doubting her. I was grateful for her help. But after that first week, things changed. Pam started slacking off. When Ken wasn't home, she would relax and not look after our son, even though I asked her to. This happened a lot, and I started to lose trust in her. She wasn't doing her chores or taking care of the baby properly. I didn't want to keep asking her to do things if she wasn't going to help. Ken tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't listen. "I'm doing my best too. Anna's just being too strict," Pam would say. But Ken would remind her, "You need to help us out. That's why you're living here." Pam would cry or blame me when Ken talked to her, trying to make him feel guilty. She stayed with us, even though she wasn't helping. Over time, Pam became annoyed with the baby, and things got worse. "Oh no, he's crying again. He's so loud. Come on, hurry up and make him stop crying." Not only does Pam not take care of our son, but I also feel worried whenever she's around him. "Honey, I'm really scared to let our son be around Pam like this. I want her to leave our home as soon as possible." "Okay, I understand. I'll find her a new place so she can move out." Ken decided to rent an apartment for Pam, hoping it would make her leave our house. Soon, our living room was filled with her things. I have to hold our son all the time now, because it's dangerous with Pam's stuff around. We've already told her to stop, but she hasn't changed. We'll make her leave for sure. Then, something happened. "Oh no, where is he? Where is our son?" I panicked when I couldn't find him in his room, and then I saw Pam outside with him. "What are you doing? Why did you take our son out without asking us first?" "I just wanted to show off my grandchild a bit." "Do you have any idea how worried I was? If something happened, people could blame us. You shouldn't just take him like that without asking." I couldn't believe Pam had taken our son without saying anything to me. She didn't even seem sorry about it and instead got mad when I yelled at her. Ken was furious too, so we decided right then that Pam had to leave our home. A year passed, and our son turned 1 and started walking a little. Then, something tragic happened. Ken was in an accident on his way home from work and passed away. I couldn't believe it. Why did he have to go? What am I going to do with our son, who's so small? I was heartbroken and couldn't stop crying at Ken's funeral. Then, Pam came up to me. "Hi, Anna, I didn't think we'd meet like this again." "Oh, Pam." Pam had lost her son, and I knew that must hurt deeply. I tried to hold back my tears and be strong for both of us. It's all so sudden. I know, but since the house belongs to my son, I should get it, right? And the furniture too? Excuse me? Wait, what is she talking about? I was shocked. I thought we were both mourning Ken, but instead, Pam started talking about the house, the furniture, and other things that seemed completely out of place at that moment. I couldn't believe what Pam was saying. Even if she thought she should get the house, it cost around $500,000 to build, and there's still a mortgage to pay. Even if that's true, what about the mortgage? Oh, you're going to pay that, right? Excuse me? Why is she saying this now? I couldn't believe Pam was bringing up the house at Ken's funeral. I don't think we should talk about this right now. We're at Ken's funeral. But this is important. Not now. Anyway, I'll get the house, right? How could she be so pushy? Pam seemed to want me to confirm that I'd give her the house, but with everything going on, I was getting frustrated with her. That's it. Enough, Pam, we're at Ken's funeral. If you keep acting like this, please leave. When I said that firmly, Pam went quiet and walked away. What was she thinking, especially after losing her son? After everything with the funeral and cremation was over, I tried to calm down. I can't stay sad forever. I have to work hard for my son. So, I left my son at daycare and went back to work. My days were busy with work, house chores, and taking care of my son. Then one day, when I came home after picking up my son, I saw all my things piled up in the garbage near the entrance. What's going on here? My clothes, desk, and work things were all in the trash, but my expensive things like clothes, accessories, TV, and fridge weren't. Oh, great timing. You live here, right? Well, the cost of the move is. Huh? The mover explained that Pam had hired him. What is she trying to do? Was Pam in my house? I tried to go inside, but the front door wouldn't open. Did Pam change the locks? Maybe Pam had gotten my house key during all the chaos after Ken's death. I called Pam immediately. What's going on, Pam? Why did you come into my house without permission and throw out my things? What's wrong with me taking my own son's stuff? You're not family anymore, so get out. I'm sorry, what? Ken's not here anymore, so you're not family. Get out before I report you for trespassing. Then she just hung up on me. How selfish and messed up could she be? I had to get my house back. But my son started crying, and I couldn't stay outside forever. I decided to go to a hotel or my parents' house for now. I asked the movers to store my things temporarily, and I left. A week later, I got a call from Pam, sounding upset. The police came over, and it looks like they want me to leave the house, do something about it. How could she say this after kicking me out? Pam was being so selfish. Even if you say so, I'm not your family anymore, since I've gone through a post-mortem divorce settlement. What? Post-mortem divorce? Yeah, it's a process to end my relationship with my deceased husband's family. What? Since I'm still Ken's spouse, I'll inherit the house, but I've cut ties with you, and I don't have to let you live in my house or support you. Huh? You know I have nothing, and you're kicking me out? Yes, I did what you wanted. I'm not your family anymore. But I took care of your grandchild. You're so ungrateful, cold, and strict. Pam didn't seem to understand what she was doing wrong and just got angry instead. Pam's actions didn't surprise me at all. She didn't help take care of my son, so I didn't owe her anything. If you say that, then I have no choice. You can live there if you want. Oh, really? You said I could, right? I can really stay here? Yes, but you need to pay the mortgage in one lump sum. Excuse me? You don't need to worry about the part of the mortgage that's already been paid, just pay the remaining amount, but be warned, it's a lot. What? How am I supposed to pay off the mortgage on a house that was built only 3 years ago, all at once? If you can't, then the house is mine, and you, being no longer my family, should be reported for trespassing. I said that and hung up on her. By the way, since my husband had insurance, I didn't have to worry about paying the mortgage after he passed, but I didn't think I needed to tell Pam that. A few days later, I finally got back into the house. It was a mess, furniture was damaged, and my clothes were all messed up. I took photos of everything and documented the costs, including what I'd lost when Pam kicked me out. Even if I file a claim, There's a chance it will be ignored because Pam definitely couldn't pay the money back. But if she does anything else to me, I have proof I can use to shut her down. Then, Pam contacted me asking for a fine of $1,000 for trespassing, but of course, I ignored it. Didn't she understand I was the victim here? There was no way I'd pay that for her. 3 years later, Pam couldn't pay her fines and was found guilty. She was imprisoned for 3 years. Once she got out, Pam contacted me again. Please, I'm really in trouble, I have nowhere to go. It sounded like she was using a payphone, probably begging strangers for money to make calls. Her apartment, my husband had rented it for her when she had to leave, had been shut down. The house Ken and I built together had already been sold. I was worried about Pam coming back, but honestly, she got what she deserved. I wasn't responsible for her anymore. So, I told her to stop bothering me and to live her life on her own. After I hung up, she never contacted me again. That was the end of Pam. She never wanted to live on her own, but I'm determined to raise my son to be strong and independent, unlike her. As I thought about it, I placed my hand on a photo of Ken and my son. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next video.